Time for Pisscast.
Welcome to the Piss Roll Podcast, featuring me, Cyber the Racist. We have Euphorio, Worldwide Champion, Fat, White, Pudgy, you name it.
That's me. Hi, everybody.
That's him, Robert. He isn't even going to attempt to respond. Shark.
Hi.
Our objectivist boomer for the night. I'm not sure when this is recorded, I don't care. And then we also have the real life user named Sven Dismer.
There you go, that's me.
Yeah. So on this episode of Pisscast, we have no topics. Robert, why are you such a pervert?
Because growing up was very hard for me. Because I will iterate this a fucking ton.
So the only thing I can do is beat off in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, I beat off in my room because no one came into my room because I had my own room because I'm a very cool child. If you have a shared
Because
room,
everybody walked in on you in the bathroom?
Nuh-uh. Okay.
You didn't even have a door?
Anyway, stop deviating. No, because I basically came to the conclusion I wasn't really conscious until I was 13. Because I felt like I was acting upon instinct rather than actual rational thought, so I just did what came, like, first thing to my head instead of thinking things through. So, if someone pissed me off, I would legitimately just start beating the fuck out of them.
Jesus.
Christ.
See, with how you said masturbate before, I thought you said beating the fuck off of them. Like,
Yeah.
you pull down their pants, you just start sucking.
Okay, yeah, but that would also defeat them, so I've played enough Corruption of Champions to know that's the case.
Yeah, I never touched
of course Euphoria against that jerk. Yeah, okay.
You got the lust victory.
All my friends played that game. I never touched it. It was just so fucking weird.
What game was it?
Corruption.
Corruption of Champions.
I
It's a
never played
very
it.
cool porn game. You get to transform into a horse and get fucked all day.
The fuck?
Cool,
Oh my
dude.
God. No.
Awesome.
My friend would send me screenshots of like his avatar transforming, and I was like, "This is disgusting." Like just the shit that would happen to you.
Jesus.
I mean, you say that, but you assume that you wouldn't jack off to TF porn like I did when I was 14.
Yeah, you right. Except I would not.
Man, there's so much fucking DeviantArt fetish shit.
It
Mhm.
really
Knowing that,
is.
like, what is it? Knowing that Robert is into like half of it on our really pisses me off. But it's like, okay, here's also the thing, right? Robert unironically gets turned on by like fucking DeviantArt doodles of like a girl getting stuck up a butt, but he also like laughs mid fucking masturbation. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't get that.
I don't get that either.
Wait, what is it?
Okay, sometimes when Robert jacks off, he's interrupted because it's too funny what he's jacking off
Yeah.
to.
Oh, okay. Starts laughing at it.
Yeah, no, I was jacking off to some like erotic like short story, and then all I read, the next line I fucking read is like, I am a connoisseur. Oh no, how did it go again? Hold on, I need to remember this real quick. He was basically, I am a connoisseur of the anal vulva variety, and I fucking, I drop my dick, throw my head back in laughter because I'm just sitting there laughing my ass off. Like, holy shit, who fucking writes this stuff, man?
People who can't write?
Yeah, basically. But no, I basically just jerk off to like erotic short stories every day, so I'm probably gonna start writing them.
Didn't you do that at one point? Did you not?
Yeah,
write
no,
this?
yeah, basically.
That's really gay.
Mhm.
Also, you know, for all our previous podcast listeners, Robert is like 60% bi person. Insofar as 40% of it straight, 60% of it really hard gay.
Basically.
Anyways,
Wait, Robert, when you say hard gay, are you into like big muscular burly men and fucking manly man shit?
Maybe. Depends.
okay, like what sort? Is it like Bara fucking monster monkey man?
Nah, I don't like them too hairy. It's weird. I have very specific taste when it comes to actual people. I don't like too much hair on a man, but I don't give a shit about it on a woman. But basically, I like my dudes really twinkish, but I don't really care about what the woman looks like, just as long as she doesn't look like fucking Sloth from the Goonies.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also we should probably explain who the fuck we are, or like who the fuck Dismer is rather. So Dismer, what do you do?
I am a self-taught artist, and I just kind of do drawings all the time. I try to put in a lot of practice every day.
No,
and,
here's the thing, right? He moderates.
Fuck you!
He moderates Ricky Berwick's server. What's it
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my redeeming quality. Fuck you!
Yeah, because you were kissing his ass and came up with the fucking 3D model of him.
Wasn't that Riverface?
Riverface made the 3D model.
Oh, okay.
I remember the first time I met him. He just wanted me to like take the Stitch model from SFM and rig it for him in VR chat.
Yeah. Dismer, aside from being an anime artist, has another big defining quality about him. It really just like, it's fucking massive. It's like the bit, dude, like everyone cares about it. I care about it massively. Hey, Dismer, what's it like being friends with Ricky the Berwick, the Ricky Berwick?
Wait, is it a serious question?
Sort of. Like, what the fuck is it like actually being friends with Ricky Berwick?
I mean, it's no real different than you guys. Like, Ricky will just call me randomly and we'll talk for like 20 minutes or so, and then he'll go do reply videos on Twitter, and then like later in the day I'll help him edit some shit, and then we'll just like play some games. Sometimes I talk to Danny.
Like, the most confusing thing that I've ever had with Ricky was like, confusing as far as it was really funny, was that me, Dismer, and Robert were recording a VR troll video / exploration, and randomly in the middle of the fucking call, Ricky fucking Berwick joins in, and he just runs up to us in a gay little Stitch outfit, and he's like, "Hey!" We're all just like, "It's Ricky!"
I actually still have that in the fucking unedited recording of the first time we all played VR chat together.
That was fucking amazing. I want that.
It was.
Like that, I don't get why you just did not upload the raw edit of that.
I did. It's uploaded on my channel.
Yeah, I know, but like, make it public.
It is. No, it's public now. It's been public for like a good 3 months.
Shit, now I need to link it. God, like, one of like the dumbest things that happened during that thing was like, what was it? So VR has a god awful engine system for physics, right? Really bad.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. It's not in Unity.
Yeah. So there's this sledding level, like a sledding map, right? And what me and Robert do is we walk over there, we grab 2 sleds, and I sit on it. And I just look, right? And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. And we slide down the hill. It takes like 50 fucking minutes because it's made in Unity, and Unity is made for fucking retards and fucking 15-year-old baby boomers. Anyways, so then Robert, in a fucking swanky shark model that he has been using the entire day, thanks to Dismer just rigging a shitty Gmod model we found of a shark with jiggle physics, walks over, he's like, "Hey, Toiba," and I'm just like, "What? Look at this," and I'm just like, "What?" And I just look over at him, he grabs a fucking furry sitting on a fucking cart, and he sends it flying over a mountain. Because what I didn't know was it has no way of calculating weight, right? So the fucking cart ball flies like 750 miles away. And I just leave I leave my headset, I go directly to my bed, and I just fucking scream laugh for like, I think like 5 minutes. It was like the funniest thing ever, because it's like you just see this little floopy shark just go, and it just goes, whoa, and then it flies. A big fucking cart with a little furry character on it.
Wait. If we're talking about that, we got to bring up when Ricky got in the sled and he was in VR. So we threw him the same way we chucked him like a frisbee, and all you could hear was "Ah! Oh my god! Ah!" because the fucking retard actually had VR on. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Poor Ricky.
Good.
Yeah, I basically just sat there and I'm like, "Are you ready, Ricky? You're gonna go flying, mate." And he was like, "Whatever, Robert." And I'm like, "Fucking yeet!" And he goes,
The funniest thing ever, because Dismer went in with like a blanket model in VR, and we're just like, "Hey, Dismer, you want to try something?" He's like, "Okay, sir." So he sits on the fucking cart, and he's just like, "Okay, I have it ready up though. I gotta sit down." Mid like sentence, he's like half crouching. We see in the model, boom, he fucking goes flying, and Dismer just like screaming the call, like, "Oh, oh!" He's like experiencing 7 or 15 fucking concussions in a row. I love VR. I love VR, even though it is like the most autistic platform ever.
No, for real.
Do you remember the time when we went around a guy and hopped around him, bunny hopping around him, straight shaking our fucking bags and just calling him a pedophile?
Oh, yes, I do. God, we were on the beach in that one world, and he was like this weird English dude who was talking about lolicon with his other incel English friend, and they're just like, oh man, look at this model, like, oh, it's fucking cute, isn't it? And they're going back and forth, and I call them like, you guys are being complete pedos, and they're like, listen, we're older than you, it's not pedophilia, it's blah 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 blah, and they were just being really weird. And then Cyber joins in, and I'm like, Cyber, you need to help me troll these guys. And we hold up like sandwich bags to our mics, and we're crinkling them. We go crinkly difey, crinkly difey, crinkly difey, and we circle around them and scream. And they got really.
Oh, yeah, do you remember we were just like pedophile?
Yeah.
Pedophile.
God, I love your chat.
I don't, but it's fun. It's fun to occasionally fuck around with, because the community consists of literal pedophiles. 15-year-olds, lesbians, dykes.
Wait. VR moment. So basically, there's this one map called The Pug, and it's basically a bar. So basically, I would go into the bathroom and make it so my model would be in the toilet. And then I would wait for people to sit down, and I'd be like, and they get really freaked out, and they'd be like, what the fuck is that? And I'd be like, yes, I'm the toilet goblin. Give me your delicious boo.
Oh, there's another VR moment that I remember just now. There was one time when we found this really shitty Radroach model, and me and Piecatcher, an old Smiling Friends user, and Nick / yes, you've heard him previously on the podcast. We joined VR, and we start bunny hopping around in the pug on like the upper floor, and we're all just like, go speak to the boss. And then I walk over, I pick the smallest Radroach model, I'm just like, hello everybody, it's me. I worked here for 15 years. And we were just essentially forcing ourselves into people's lives and just making ourselves a roach mafia, dead set on instigating forced relationships with online women. And there's this one really funny moment where it's like Piecatcher grabs a fucking phone, and he's just like, wait, sorry, the boss gotta go take a phone call. And he gives me the phone. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go take a phone call. And I grab the fucking model, and I start bunny hopping away up the stairs. And Nick is just stuck there befuddled, looking at these like two beautiful big tittied anime bitches. And he's just like, oh, yeah. Like the boss has to go take something important.
My absolute favorite time in VR chat was when I gave you the Raptor model, and we went to the upstairs of the Pug. It was you, me, and Robert. And oh my god, what happened? You were doing this really weird voice. You're just like, everybody, let us do the whip and nay for Hillary Clinton.
Let's do the whip and nay.
Oh my god.
You're just doing like the little sway dance with your arms.
Yeah, so it's just like, everybody, time to dance. And then
to dance.
And they were just like, all these users around, we were just like standing around congregating in a circle. It's like, impressive dance, good job. And I was just like, thank you. Man, fucking so fucking retarded to think that like it was like, what is it? Only like since February, since we all started talking, essentially January even.
Yeah,
I'd say it was like,
actually.
I started talking to you guys. I remember the mid of December because I was on break, and then I learned that break was going on for like another 2 weeks or so, and I was like, oh, I get to talk to you guys more. And Robert's like, oh yeah, Dismer, yeah, and I think it was like January when we did all the VR stuff.
Yeah.
No, I met you January because I joined the server the 29th of December.
I like how like literally the second that me and Robert saw each other in the voice call, it's like Robert just joined. It's like Cyber. I'm just like Robert.
Yeah, because me and Cyber had met previous, but we never really talked like specifically to each other. We just fucked around, like collective, like basically.
It was mind wave shit.
Yeah. I was gonna say we basically like we like had an astral projection into each other's minds, and we
Hell
knew
yeah.
we knew the shit posted only plays. But then we met in Smiling Friends, and then we like basically met each other in real life. Not obviously, not really, but like a proverbial like real life handshake we did, and then we just basically fucked around in Smiling Friends.
We fucking ruined that server for like.
That was for good. Come on, that was for good reason. Though. That's
Yes,
cool.
like the moment that we saw it, they had like a 17-year-old mod. It's like, you know what? Let's just fucking ruin the server. that was so fucking funny. Every single day, we would get in everything from like tedious, like calling people just like gay, like 7 times in a row drama, to like dead serious, like this user is a fucking psycho pedophile faggot.
No, there were a lot of crazies in there. That I can't admit.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's more of a
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon there. That meant that he was really cool.
Wait,
What?
tell the tale, please.
All right, all right. Oh, okay, fine. Just like bleep out that name though. All right, let me think here. What was
There's
it?
one faggot, essentially, right?
Yeah. There's this guy who's just kind of making a ruckus in one of the VCs, and we were all talking in there. And I come in, he posts like, he posted scat porn or something disgusting, and I delete it. I'm like, oh man, you can't post that shit. I'm sorry. Like, I'll give you a warning. He's like, oh okay. Wait, are you actually a mod? And then he looks, he's like, oh my God, you're purple. You're up there with Chris O'Neill. I was like, yeah. And then like everything goes silent. And 5 minutes later, he's like, oh, you got a Twitter? Oh, it's Dismer, and follow. There you go.
Oh my God.
No idea how hard we all started laughing when he left like 5 minutes later. We were just laughing at that guy in the face because it's like, you tool, you suckling up bitch.
Nah, man, he was a bit of a cunt. He was an elitist. Like, if you talked about some kind of music, it'd be like, no, that's the worst kind of music. And then it's like, if you said you listened to music on a medium that wasn't vinyl, he would get really like fucking.
Oh no, he did he?
Of course he did. He was an elitist.
Oh God.
But then he's just sitting there. He's just sitting there, unironically loving Neutral Milk Hotel. So I'm like, yeah, how about you fuck off back to Mew, cunt? Like, really?
What the fuck?
I know, some people are terrible in it. There were so many bad users in that server. And me and Cyber tried to get rid of them. So, you know, you're welcome.
Yeah, we did. We did successfully on like 7 different occasions, just by virtue of just like, what is it? By virtue of sumo wrestling bullying them out of the server.
I do want to go on about how I got warned 30 times and eventually got like near enough got permabanned, but Zach had a change of heart, so he kind of unbanned me, which is really weird.
It's like everyone was just like, "Why the fuck did you ban Robert?"
Yeah, it was justified, but then he unbanned me, so I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll come back. Thanks, guy."
Wait,
yeah,
what was that exactly?
So basically, when Zach reformed or changed the server for worse.
For reference, this was around like June. This was around June.
Yeah, so he basically banned me because he looked through all my warnings I had, and I had I accumulated about 20. But the reason why, like, I guess it broke the camel's back was because I was unjustly warned because someone made a joke about me posting not safe for work in a safe for work chat, even though it wasn't safe for work. I was basically just posting boneless Peter Griffin, so you know. And then I got warned for that, and Zach was like, you know what, that's the tipping point. Robert, you're finished. And I was like, oh, okay.
Ready for
I was like, okay, buddy. I'll see you next. I'll see you this time about next week. We do this again. Yeah.
It's like,
right,
it's literally Robert looks at the fucking Barnes table. And
So I call up my Arabic bro, also known as Yoabab the lawyer, and he sat there in suggestions. Convincing Zach to unban me, and he does eventually. But yeah, no, I'm also the killer of green mods. I basically just sat in chat and just waited for a green mod to cross my path, and then they would absolutely get devastated. Probably have about
Didn't do that to
5.
me.
Yeah, but you were a good mod, so I probably had about 5.
yeah, we didn't even mention. We should probably preference a little bit. So what happened is that, like, as we mentioned, episode 0, I think, if you want to listen to it. we're all sort of like rejects from an old server called Smiling Friends, right?
Rejects? No, we were the fucking freedom fighters.
So it's not.
Me and Robert were what was essentially like the pack dogs, the hyenas of the server that just came in and like tore people to shreds, right? Let's say this, right? If Robert was the hyena, I'm the fucking vulture that like peeks out targets for him to like seek out and destroy.
I want to be an Amphro hyena with a big cock.
Yeah, he's an Anthro hyena
my
with a big
God.
cock, and I'm just straight up a normal vulture.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so Shark and Dismer were also just like, high position mods there. Essentially.
Well, no, Shark was just normal green mod, but Dismer got to purple because he made moves.
I finally got the blue before the damn thing closed down, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really fucky towards the end how we kind of merited people, because I basically realized that we just had a lot of people stagnating in the green position who were actually doing some good stuff for the server. So towards the end, I was hosting democratic votes for us to just be like, okay, who do we want to be blue? Who do we want to upgrade? And then eventually it didn't really matter, because when Zach came back in June to kind of like revamp the server, he kicked a lot of people from the green position who weren't doing shit, and then he promoted a lot of them to blue. So it was just kind of like, yeah. It was a weird process.
I don't know what Zach's opinion on me is, but to be honest, he's doing what he wants to do. I'm doing what I want to do, so I don't care.
Yeah, and we run Pissworld with a fucking iron fist anyway, so... Hey.
Yeah, Pissworld's funny, though. Also, I think me and Cyber...
We can also explain how Pissworld works. Like, okay, E4.
Yeah.
Will you agree that in Pissworld, we essentially pickpocket better users from other servers, and we just put them here because they're funny?
Yeah, basically, it's just like a patchwork of autism.
An abomination of the best users.
You guys literally created Australia.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, we need to... Let's rename Pissworld to Australia.
There you go.
This is without a joke, literally just Australia times 2.
No, before Cyber interrupt me about Pissworld, Shark hasn't had a chance to tell us who he is, actually. I thought it'd be well, you
Give
have
some background.
Yeah, you might as well introduce yourself to the podcast. Of course, this is why you're here. You're not here to just go and oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That's my job.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah, that's Euphoria's job. We can't have two Euphorias now with 2 Sharks. Because what's Euphoria gonna do? Edit the podcast?
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, who wants to edit this podcast? What fucking, that's like editing this podcast is basically like working at a homeless home. Homeless home. Yeah, not a homeless. I mean old people's old people's home.
Shit.
Yeah, basically, it's
homeless
like
people who don't have a home but have a home.
Your butthole.
You're dealing with you're dealing with dangly ball sacks and shit all day, but it's fulfilling.
Just fucking balls like slapping me in the face.
Can I mention something about eldercare? I'll be blunt and say eldercare in Sweden is fucking god awful. If you are old in Sweden, stay the fuck at home. Like, actually living in a communal building is like, rather die at 60 than have to live until you're fucking 89, right? Because it's so disgusting, right? My mom just told me about it. It's like, oh no, eldercare is really fun. You get to talk to old people and you get to help them with their stuff. And I was just like, oh, what do you mean by help? And then she goes into this extremely detailed story of how one of like her like dumb yoga mom boba tea drinking faggot friends had to help her out, or like told her son to go work in eldercare, and how he worked there for like 2 days and then quit because on the second day he had to help with a fucking wet napkin to wipe mold beneath a fat old woman's titties.
Oh my god, that's fucking gross.
Yeah. Oh yeah, nice. I get to shit my pants and have a big fucking I get to shit my pants and get wiped by a fucking dumb white girl with brown hair named Monica. Good job. I love my life.
What we're saying is die at 60 and do us all a favor.
What we're saying is be young till you die. What we're saying is don't smoke Marlboro. Don't smoke Camel.
Die young and leave a beautiful body. There you go.
Exactly.
No, let me say that it's the same here in America. It is god awful.
Yeah.
I know for a fact because my grandfather, he went through this terrible nursing home, and they just completely neglected him. They didn't do anything. And in fact, what was terrible is when my mom and my dad went in to go visit him, and he explained how terrible it was. My dad was outraged. He just decided to grab my grandfather, put him in a wheelchair, wheel him out, and the nursing home was like, "You can't take him out of here. We're going to call the cops on you if you remove him from this premises." And he's like, "He's my father. You guys are treating him terrible. I will literally sue you guys." And they're like, "No, he leaves this. We're calling the cops." And it was this whole big ordeal where they basically tried to keep my grandfather captive there. It was disgusting.
So what happened in the long run?
In the long run, we got him out of there, and we got him back into his house, and we just had people come over and do like care routines every week for him, and that was so he was back on his own. But that shit was disgusting. Like, I didn't learn about any of this till later on, and it was just I'm not going to go into detail, but it was just horrendous. They were very neglectful.
Well, yeah, that's the fucking really stupid thing is, I mean, you guys are paying for it, and then you guys want to take them out. Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. We're going to call the cops. Fuck you. We're the ones fucking paying for it, you fucking assholes. It's fucking bullshit.
Let's like sum down the topics that we usually talk about in the podcast. Drama, annoying users, rape.
That's because of Chalik. Chalik really needs to stop doing that, actually.
I like it because it's so fucking unfunny. And I like it when I just like sit in a voice comm and I feel like the awkward tension of everyone having to deal with one guy who's way too annoying.
So who is Chalik exactly? Because he always compliments on my Ozen, but I don't know anything.
Chalik is really funny. He's like this small black kid who runs around and just has
Yeah, he's like also, 14.
Yeah, it's really retarded because like he types like he's 75.
No, yeah, for real.
He also does an old man impression, so yeah, he's basically 70. We've akined him to Gary Coleman. He is basically Gary Coleman.
I like his fucking impression though. It's so fucking cute.
It's not. Euphoria sat there and he's just contemplating. No. Euphoria's just sat there contemplating if he wants to actually murder Chalik and Roll.
Okay, wait, Euphoria, please tell a story about. Euphoria, please tell a story about about his old man voice.
Alright, so Chalik, he does this character where he pretends to smoke a cigarette filter and
he was talking about this.
Yeah. He does this old man character and he's like, and then he rambles. The whole joke behind this character is that he rambles for a long time, and there's nothing actually funny about it. The joke is that just how long he can go, and the joke is that how mad I get when I have to listen to him do it. It just fucking infuriates me when he does it. Like he's just going on for minutes at a time, and I just look over at the gun on my desk, and I'm just like,
you're like, yeah, who's this bullet for, me or him? I'm hoping it, and you're like, I hope it's him.
I just spin it around and I see where it lands. I don't know.
And then it aims at your roommate, and you're like, oh well, I guess I'm paying rent this month.
I guess murder.
Yeah, okay, listen. I fucking have to say, man, Shark, what's it like having served in military service?
I don't know.
Did you know?
Oh yeah, I was in the National Guard, but I don't know about it.
Well, I mean, it was the fucking military. I mean, there's not much I can say about it.
Well, actually, speaking on that side, that you do when you go through military and shit, you do have to keep a lot of shit confidential. So
I have this shit I don't fucking remember anyway.
Yeah, no, because
this is
the thing. We have another user in Piss World called Oscar, and he's going through he's going in the Finnish special forces, and obviously he told us, "Oh yeah, if I actually tell you guys some of this shit, the Finnish military will put me in jail." And we're like, yeah, but he tells us about basic training where he has to go out in the woods and like march for 56 hours and kill rabbits with a knife.
Oh, that's actually a really funny story. It's my favorite thing Oscar told me a few days ago. He was like, "Oh yeah, we were doing military training and they had me kill a rabbit." And I was
talking
like,
about that last night.
Yeah, I was like,
a little doodle of it.
Yeah. I was like, how did you do that? And he's like, "Oh, they put these rabbits, they let them run free in the woods. And I stood really still with a sharpened stick and I waited till it came up and I stabbed it."
He did Ark Survival fucking spear on a rabbit.
Yeah, he walks up like Ark Survival, he punches him with his fist.
Snapping, he just starts beating it with it.
Speaking of dead fucking rabbits, are funny because they're dead. So there was like this one story that I have. It's so funny but so sad at the same time because it's a story about me full throttle crying and laughing at the same time. So my brother used to have these rabbits, right? These gay little fat fucking gray rabbits that suck. They were terrible, right? They were skittish. They were mean. Fucking bit me. They had cute babies that they fucking raped to death. Like, okay, fine. Let's just. I just like my brother's just like I fucking had it with these cuck animals. So he pulls him outside, and he's got his entire friend group around, right? He gets a big fucking, what is it called? Like, one of those guns that are like propelled by air.
BB gun?
Oh, air gun. It's an air gun. Yeah.
Airsoft gun.
Wait,
Air
no,
rifle. Air rifle.
Yeah, it's an air gun. It's an air gun. Yeah, he gets a long fucking air gun, and what they do is they have one guy who grabs it by the fucking ear, exposes it on the fucking ground, right? It's like he grabs the ear, boom. He grabs the rest of the bottom of the body. They do this. And then they just hold them down there. And as they're like wriggling around and shit. And the thing about rabbits is, I think that you've heard this, right? Rabbits make no noise. Rabbits make no noise until the point of death. That's when they make like the most like autistic murder shrieks ever, right? Then what they do is, as we stand there, right? For every single one of these rabbits, right? They pull them back. They do an ISIS execution. And they're also filming on the gay little fucking second generation smartphones. So it's like god awful quality. And they fire. And then after like 3 seconds go by and they like let loose and they just let the rabbit fall, the rabbit just goes,
oh my god.
And it falls over. And it's like, I was laughing so hard, but I'm crying at the same time too. Because it's like, I don't want to see animals die, but it's funny seeing an animal plop over and go, all I'm saying is watching animals die is funny.
No, it's fucking dumb.
No, it's not. Shut up. If you had, I have the video.
No, I would have laughed. I would have probably laughed, but then I would have felt really bad after.
I felt terrible, but then we saw the video footage again. I was laughing, and I felt even worse. Because it's like you can see how it's like perfectly shot. Now everyone's like, what is it? Everyone looks like they're like Fall Out Boy singers, and they're just holding down this gay little rabbit and shooting in the back of the head. And then they just walk off, and they're just like, okay, so we got that done, everybody. Oh, and also there were like 6 rabbits too, and they were just like, it was all just repetition.
Oh, so that happened like multiple times?
Yeah, it happened like 7 times in a row, right? Grab ear, boom, grab bottom, whoop, do this, then shoot in the back of the head. Rabbit, and it's like a fucking factory line of just rabbits dying and making that noise.
Oh my god. I'm gonna feel bad about laughing at this later.
Does anyone else have funny stories of animals dying?
Oh, okay, wait. This is like, I don't know if this is funny or not, but it was just like a strange experience. I was probably about like, I think it was 10 years old. We have a big glass door to the backyard, and I was just staring out at the patio, and then all of a sudden a pigeon, or no, it was a crow. A crow comes up, just bang, right on the window, and it falls to the ground. I was like, what the fuck? I open the door, and it looks like a short-circuiting electronic because its arms are twitching back and forth, and its head's kind of like cocking back and forth like a typewriter, and it's not making any noise, but it's convulsing. I'm like, oh my god! And I run downstairs, and I tell my mom, I was like, there's a bird, it's dying outside. And we go upstairs, and it starts doing like this violent kind of like repetitive shaking, and then it just stops. It just stops moving.
Oh no!
And I was like, what the hell? And
was it dead?
Goes, okay,
it died.
Dismer,
that sucks.
you look, I have an idea, okay? Like you
Yes.
stare at it, it says stop, and
Okay.
it goes, stop. Wait a minute, put some liquor in it, and then it just becomes, what is it? An Uptown
Bruno
Funk
Mars.
music video.
Nah.
It morphs into Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
Why
it
would
just
it do
gets his
that?
face made out of like the cartilage and the bone from the beak. Robert,
Uh-huh.
do you have any funny stories of animals dying?
Not dying, but there was this one time I went to like this learning center, and I was just sitting there just watching Dark Souls videos because I'd done my work. But my teacher was being a real bitch, and she was like, child, why'd you not doing your work? And I'm like, yo, I did my work. And she was like, but you can't be sitting there looking like you're not doing work. And I was like, oh, okay. So I basically pretended I was doing work, but I still have the Dark Souls video up. And then all I hear is against the window. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I look at the window, and there was a fucking pigeon that just like fucking full force went into the window. And I look at it, and I'm like, You fucking idiot. And it left a big fucking smear on the fucking window because of how hot it hit. And I'm just I walk up to the window, I'm just pointing and laughing at it because it's so fucking stupid. Well, I'm like, you little fucking dumbass, you fucking hit the window, you fucking can go through that shit, little dickhead. And then the teacher comes over, she's like, child.
What are you laughing at?
No, she's like, child, the pigeon be a dumb arse. Yeah, pretty much.
Have no brain.
I'm like, pretty much, yeah.
I really like your Caribbean accent.
Well, that's, yeah, no, it's because there's a lot of Jamaican people where I live. Child. No, actually, speaking about Caribbeans, Jamaican, like, I had a lot of Jamaican friends growing up, but they weren't specifically Jamaican because I was born here and they're like half English. But their mothers were full on Jamaican, and Jamaican moms are the funniest fucking people. Holy shit. They're just I'll be there playing a video game with my friend, and all you hear is this really loud, bombastic black Jamaican woman coming, child, did you clean up your socks? And I'll be like, my friend be like, oh no, mom, come on, don't be like that. And she'd be like, child, you little Ross clot. she'd come over, grab his arm, and just fucking up his side of his head. She'd be like, you get to lick up your head, you little Ross clot. And I'd be sat there just trying to hold in a laugh and just be like, and he'd be like, don't laugh, man, don't laugh. She's always like this, and I'm like, she's like, you have to go home now. I need to teach Patrick a lesson or two about cleaning socks. And it's so fucking funny. Oh man, Jamaican people are so goddamn funny, especially when they cuss. I'm gonna be like, bomba clot. Bomba
Even a cuss word?
Yeah, it is. It's Rasclat and Boomba yeah, no, but actually, I had a lot of Jamaican teachers as well. Actually, speaking of Jamaican teachers, I had this one guy, and he was proper Jamaican, and he couldn't say other, and he would say udda. And me and my best friend would just be sitting in class, and we'd give him shit. We'd say, when he was said "oda," we'd say like, "Yeah, do you mean other?" And he'd be like, "Don't give me a lip, child."
Wait,
and we like, he'd get in my face and be like, "Don't give me that lip, child," and I'd be laughing at him because it's so goddamn funny.
Robert, this reminds me. There's this old man in my middle school named Mr. Holloway, and he had just like this really, really Ebonic ghetto accent. And he barely had any teeth, so he couldn't talk. And I forget why, but he was like missing a thumb. So these kids would do this really mean thing. They would go by and they'd put both their thumbs and be like, "Hey, Mr. Holloway, 2 thumbs up." And then just flip them up and go, "Hey, 2 thumbs up your ass, boy! 2 thumbs up your ass!"
I also had a Zimbabwe teacher in my school, and he was funny as hell. Oh man, he was such a nice person, but people gave him shit. He was such a nice person, but people gave him shit. And every time we did woodwork class, we'd just be sitting there, and he'd be like, hello, children. Now you do the work, eh? And we'd be sitting there, and I had this one friend. I'll fucking name drop him because I've never seen him in a while. But James Carter, basically, James Carter's just sitting there, and because there was this drum and bass group. I forgot what the name of it, but there was this one song where it was this like African guy going on the track, and he goes, he'd be like, "This is the way." I know it's like the Ugandan knuckles thing, but he'd be like, "This is the way," and he's like, James would just make take the piss out of him. He'd be like, "Shut up, James." He'd be like, he's like, "This is the way," and he'd be like, and the teacher would get really mad at him, and he'd be like, "Nah, James, shut up."
Wait,
you're really mad at him.
Do you guys know about? I think it's in like Zimbabwe or Uganda or just like in the lower areas of Africa. They have this weird cinematic thing where in all films they just have a guy comment over the film, like he's reacting to it.
That's what makes it like, what is it? It's
that's Nigeria, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
It's called a video joker. Yeah, it's on the Akaliwood, I believe it's called.
Yeah, Akaliwood. They made, what is it? Who killed Captain Ali?
Yeah.
I watched the entirety of Captain Alex with my classmates during a really long break, and we were fucking dying during the entire thing because it's just this African commentator, just like, "Ooh, look at that! Ooh, action! Ola, what?
Look at this shit right here.
Yeah, no, it's like that, and then he has this like, "Ooh, basketball." It's like, why did he say basketball?
And then he's like, everybody in Uganda knows kung fu. People are dying. Ah!
yeah, like that.
2016.
2016.
2016.
No, man. I love Ugandan people, or like Central Africa.
Okay, how do I say this right? I may have my opinions on African Americans, but Africans are the funniest fucking people. Like Africans are so.
No, it's just funny looking at a fucking news report. It's really bad what they did, but it's just so funny, and it's like I think it was like Ugandan police beat people suspected of witchcraft, of giving people AIDS.
Oh my god.
So they're like beating people up because they're suspecting them of giving other people AIDS because they're like witch doctors and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Like they're actually they think that there's warlocks running around just like fucking turning women's clits into fucking balloons or something. It's just so funny. And it's just like in Uganda today 20 people have been beaten because we have suspected them of being warlocks. They are bad people.
Yeah, they had max investment in Infernal Fire.
Yeah, no, it's man, Africa is just very funny because obviously this is truth. Obviously, this isn't really like racist or anything, but it's like obviously they weren't as civilized as Western culture. Western culture progressed at a faster rate than African culture, so they were obviously very tribal based for a very, very long time. And obviously when Western culture came in and civilized Africa, they obviously didn't adapt to change well because they didn't know really what happened. But now as people, it's a very mixed bag. But in Uganda and I think Nigeria, where it is as advanced as basically the rest of Africa, apart from like Ethiopia, South Africa, and certain regions like that, it's just so weird how they have adapted to Western culture, especially like Uganda with that movie making with Hollywood. I think it's very interesting how they actually have adapted.
I like Uganda. I like Ugandan nature from what I've seen because like
they're very funny people. Like a lot of them.
Not, like the thing about Uganda is like they have fucking nothing. Like they literally live in trash, right? Not to be mean, but like there's like decent chunks of it. It's like top 10 hard like what is it? Top 10 poorest countries. It's like they refer to Uganda as like a place where like other countries in Africa just like dump their waste. But like the Ugandan people don't even give a fuck. Like, have you seen like those videos of like Ugandan homemade gyms?
Oh no, it's insane. Yeah,
I think it's like fucking awesome. Like they're literally just living in like some retarded like half like Fallout 4 bullshit. Where they're just living in the wastes of like a better culture and society. And they just take their trash and it's like, so I have been working out for 15 years. I started off by taking 2 metal rods and I fused them with a big fucking wheel. And it's just like, oh yeah, and they just look really fucking ripped. And you look at the area where they work out, and it's made up of like car tires, like the innards of a car tire, a bunch of chains, like cycling wheels. And it's just like they're just benching heavy fucking loads of it, and they're just standing around, just like, yeah, I was a contender for the Ugandan bodybuilding contest. It was very strong.
My favorite thing is, have you seen the guy? I'd have to find the video, but he takes concrete and he puts it in the buckets and then he sticks a pole in it to like create a hole in it. And when it dries, he uses them as like dumbbells. He puts them on both sides of like an iron bar and he has like his own gym.
Yeah, he has it like in the middle of he also has it on the beach, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
Yes, it's just like he's just on the seaside working out with like fucking cement waste and like fucking paper mache, and he's just getting really ripped.
Dude, it's really good that they have this mentality though, because the more crafty people become and the more charismatic they are, the better chance of success, because one of the issues is a lot of poverty breeds poverty because of crime and failure to adapt. So I honestly think that they're approaching it in a really good way, and I do hope that eventually they're able to get out of being like one of the biggest e-waste areas and move into more of a civilized adapted kind of like township.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? They're blocked, so that's not gonna happen. Anyway, Shark, I have a question. Why the fuck do you live in Italy?
That's a good question, actually. I wanted to know that too.
No, because I married an Italian woman.
And how long have you been living in Italy?
Since the tail end of 2012, so about roughly 6-7 years.
Damn.
Holy fuck, so you moved in just as Coney 2012 happened.
Pretty much.
Did you move to Italy to fight Coney?
Did you use your military guerrilla warfare to battle the Coney?
Oh yeah, I tracked them down with a fucking hunting knife and just slit all their.
Did you track him down into the evangelical capital and just walk in there and you're just like, "Where are you, Coney?" And he sits there in the monastery. He's got the Pope and he's naked and he's holding the Pope in a chokehold and he's up in the rooftop of like the Vatican like Spider-Man. He's just like, "You will never catch me, white man!" Yeah, and he hops off.
Why does he sound like a really bad Skeletor?
No, he sounds like
You'll never catch me, white man. Yeah.
You will never catch me, white man. Yeah.
And I do like the real strong guy point at him, and I just like jump like 50 feet in the air and just land on top of him and start beating the fuck out of him.
Stop right there, criminal scum! And you hop up.
Stop right there, criminal scum! With a fucking uber loud fucking Super Mario.
Yeah, but also you make it racial because he called you stupid white because he was like, "Stop right there, criminal race!" And we just lost all our AdSense money.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie.
we had that.
God.
Like, it is fine
Yeah.
talking about how bad China is, but we can't talk about that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's the point. Euphoria just queues up behind the counter. He did.
We've already gone bankrupt. What more do you want?
Wait a minute, you guys already getting AdSense off this shit?
I wanted to be.
Yeah, don't ask for a percentage.
But you got like only 50 subscribers though.
They get
Shut
1
up!
cent.
Shut
1
up!
cent per episode.
Hey, my fucking dead YouTube channel has more subscribers.
Shut up! Shut up!
Yeah, alright. Swing your big dick at us.
You're basically piss SAMR at this point.
Piss World ASMR. Barber eats.
No, we are piss ASMR basically.
Yeah, I like the idea of pissing on a microphone. We did that a lot in Smiling Friends. We got in trouble for it at one point.
No, I'm not surprised.
What I used to do was like both an Onlyplay server and in Smiling Friends, if I had a user that I didn't care to mute, but I was still annoyed by, I would just like go over. This was like pre-ballsack power move, mind you. So I would just walk over, put on my telephone, and as I'm about to take a piss, it's like, "Hey, user!" And they're just like, yeah. And I'm just like, and I just start pissing, and I just like, go, and I go, "Ah!" That's I piss.
Oh wait, no, you were banned for a very long time. It's Smiling Friends.
Yeah, it was. I
Or
remember.
for instigating like a fucking actual thread.
Oh,
Even though it was
yeah.
also even with context was an actual thread. I think I even mentioned it. I said, what is it? I want to be able to open fire on all U.S. Marines in like a conversation when we were talking about gun control.
Yeah.
And Zach took that out of context, and because I wrote again 3 times in a row, when he was looking up my name, he was just like, "Okay, you know what? I think it's time for a permaban." See, here's the thing: the N-word is funny. So he's wrong on that.
If you say the N-word, you get demonetized. Remember that, kiddies.
Yeah. Remember that, Shane Dawson?
Learn from Papa John.
Learn from Keemstar. Oh wait, that's the opposite happened. He said the N-word and he got a lot of views.
Goddamn fucking YouTube and their goddamn fucking double standards is fucking bullshit.
With how you set that up, Shark, I thought you were moments away from saying "you fucking goddamn N-word."
Here he goes. He's about
I'm
to
like
be rich.
millions just by saying.
Oh no!
Oh no! Here's the thing, right? Since we are all like bottom feeding podcast members, we condone racism. We allow it.
I do not condone racism.
I'm with Dismer. I'm also.
Yes, I'm-
That's only because you are an audio engineer, faggot.
Yeah, but you Americans have free speech, so. Wait,
That's
okay.
funny.
Yeah, you say that you're in Italy, so you have to abide by that law.
It's even fucking so. I mean, just look at fucking Twitter. Free speech,
Yeah.
my ass.
Well,
hey,
yeah,
what's-
but Twitter's privately owned, so.
No.
not
Just look at any social media platform. You say something wrong, and fucking God and everybody will come down on your ass.
Yeah, they're privately
That's not a
owned.
fucking argument. They can't just run their business just because it's privately owned like that.
Exactly.
It's illegal.
Exactly.
When it starts affecting
Well, I don't know about
multiple
illegal,
different
but-
countries in the same way, and one company starts enacting fucking censorship, that's fucking dictatorship. Idiot. Fucking dumbass. Fucking bitch.
Fucking retard. Get the fuck off the internet, you fucking.
You fucking. I wish I could say the N-word right now, but I can't.
We've already used up our N-word quota.
Once per day. An N-word per day keeps the absence away.
Oh my god.
That's fucking brilliant.
Before I was like, God damn, this is gonna be forever to fucking edit. God damn it.
I've already resigned.
I still love Robert's like weird Brockhampton avatar. It's the funniest thing to me.
Oh yeah, Norland. I gave him a name finally, Disney. It's called Norlander.
Brockhampton.
For those of you that don't know, Robert really likes to take on the aliases of famous rappers, and he had a Brockhampton OC character where he looked like a stand-in or a bootleg from Schoolhouse Rock, and he had these big cheeks, and he was wearing a prison jacket, and he was blue, and he had XXX Tentacion's hair.
Yeah, thank you, Burgermeister, for drawing that. But no, I finally gave him a name, Dismer. I called him Norlander.
Norlander.
Yeah, Norrlandeer.
Oh, dude, you want to know my character's name? His name is Nalar. You want to know how I pronounce his name?
Nalar.
Oh, yeah, Nalar. It's really easy. So the way you spell his name is Nigger. Like it's really
Fuck you!
I'm gonna kill you, Cyber.
Even I hold up.
Look, anytime Cyber
shit,
says something racially challenged, can we just like put a duck quack noise over that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What's it like living in Italy?
Oh, it's fucking great. I love it.
What do you like about Italy?
It's a fucking beautiful country for one thing. It's full of culture and everything. I mean, being in the United States, you're like, oh wow, this place has been around the fucking 1700s. Oh, this place in California has been around since 1800. Oh, that's cool. I come here to Italy. It's like, oh, this place has been around since 600. It's like, oh, okay, that's old. Fuck.
That's almost as old as the Mountain Dew in my cupboard. What?
That's almost as old as Shark himself.
That's almost as old as my fading hairline. What?
Yeah, but you're 18 and you have a very bad receding hairline.
Shut up! Shut up!
No, you just got a 5 head.
Yeah, I have a really big fat fucking head.
Fat head. Big fat head.
Shark, do you just drink olive oil?
Yeah, virgin olive oil. Boom.
don't even
Got him.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
What's his
Bro.
wife going to say about this one?
Doc doesn't love kids, so.
It's really fucking dumb. The idea of Shark's wife criticizing him for his online Discord antics. Shark, honey, what did you do today? You disgusting man. You said the N-word in a podcast?
Multiple times. Shame on you.
Did I hear you say the N-word? Did I hear you say the N-word?
What's your
Yeah,
friend?
get it right, bitch. I said it more than once.
Shark wedges his hands in between his butt cheeks and smells it.
How am I gonna sniff at this bitch?
Look at my poop mustache, you little faggot.
Oh my god.
Shark, do you speak any Italian?
Very little. I mean, I'm in the process of learning. Just because I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah, you've been there like 6 years and you still don't know the language?
Yeah, it's
Robert,
yeah.
you have spoken like you've tried to.
I've lived in my country for 20
No,
years.
shut the fuck up, cunt. So you tried to speak Swedish with me for like the past month, and you're borderline acceptable at saying one thing. And what does that mean, Robert?
You are a cock. Actually, no, it means you are cock.
You always do that one like voice that Yetin does, a Swedish YouTuber.
Yeah, because it's funny. It's funny to do like foreign languages in a high.
Oh yeah, I
voice.
should probably tell about this. There's just one like stupid fucking video Robert always likes to get showing me. It's like, what is it? It's this one Swedish guy standing next to like an electrical lock, and he's trying to open it, and he just looks over, and he's just like, "Delost!"
And it means it's Swedish, and it means it's locked in Swedish, and the video title is Eternal Struggle. And I commented on the video saying they locked Yeton in the retard jail. And everybody upvoted it, and I felt really good, and my dick tingled. I'm like, I'm validated online.
My name is Robert.
Yeah, no, my YouTube comment history is just the funniest fucking things because I would be retarded and call myself Buttfuck McGee. And I would just comment to someone, yeah, fuck you, retard, fucking idiot, and then I would be like, love, Buttfuck McGee.
And rocket ship?
Yeah, no, I was also retarded when I was younger, and I would just comment. It's basically what you would imagine like a 15-year-old to comment on a video. That was me like 3 years ago, but then I matured and nothing changed.
Now Robert sits around every day looking at the Discord general chat of the Piss World server, and he posts.
Oh man, if we didn't have like a fucking rule about not banning people, there would be just so many people gone.
Wait, you guys don't actually ban people?
We don't ban. What ends up happening is
we
ban them for the day, and then if we have banned someone, Ratchet checks if we ban them and he unbans them for the most part. Unless it's someone really fucking bad, then they say permaban usually. So it's like, what is it? Like usually we have like users, it's like, okay, now it's fucking baby jail for you, retard. So they just get like AFK put as we ban them, and they get unbanned at the end of the day. So
it's like a timeout corner.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, if we had it our way, like we would have that number would probably border up in the 110, 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially like 3/4.
Jesus.
So it's like, okay, time to look at Piss World. Oh, what's going on today? In the void we go. And there's the daily dose gift of Piccolo fucking Vegeta in the ass.
Literally getting jackhammered.
And then I go to my DMs with Robert. Robert, I need a safety space. Guess what ends up happening? And I see Septal's butthole.
Okay, it's not even that anymore. It's just DMs and then you posting an image of a monk with an AK-47.
Oh my god.
That's because you DM'd me this morning that you said, Cyber, we need to become Chinese warrior monks. And I write, yes, we will be so I wrote something like, we will become proficient killers. And then you just write one letter, lowercase, yes. And then I post a monk holding a shotgun, holding an AK-47, I mean. And he looks really fucking angry and sour. And the other monk just stares blankly into the void.
Yeah, it's because we watched this, I watched this video about this guy who is he's like a YouTube, like sort of he's basically a YouTuber of video games now. He does a podcast every now and then. He's called Ranton. And he was like this German Chinese guy who became a banker in Germany, and he really hated his job and studying. So
you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, he went to his he went back to visit his family in China, and then he basically had like this sort of revelation that he just wanted to become a Shaolin monk. So he just went up into the hills and he became a monk for like fucking 3 years.
Oh, I think I heard about this guy.
Yeah, he's really cool, and like he has a video called like My Time at the Shaolin Temple, something along those lines. And he did the reason I found out about him is because he did a video recently on reviewing the recent For Honor DLC about Chinese warriors, and he was like obviously giving it an analyzation or an analytic review, so to say, of like how the monk does moves. Obviously he was like, oh yeah, this is right, or no, this is wrong, pose too high or pose too low, not flexible enough. But yeah, no, he's a cool guy.
If we're speaking about like religion and whatnot, I have a really autistic story somewhat relating to it. So we're on this tour in what is essentially the most secure, publicly available spot in Sweden, and it's it's where they essentially host the Nobel Prizes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nobel.
It's like the big fucking building where they host that, right? And we walk into the golden room, and as I look up in the ceiling, I'm with my grandma, right? And I'll be honest, I don't like my grandma. My grandma is mean, annoying. She's like that slender witch bitch body type, right? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing, right? I also know that she will never, ever get angry at me. So I was just like, I'm like 12 years old, right? And I'm like, would be the worst thing to say right now. So I just look over at the tour guide. She's just like, "Oh, are you impressed at the area? It's really beautiful, right?" Because like the entire hall is just like this beautiful hall, and like beautiful hall covered in gold. Like, and I just look over. I'm like, I agree. What if I farted here? Okay, let me just say, I can feel the murder glares from my grandma staring into my soul, and I'm just standing there with like a little shit grin, like, yep. I just said that, and you're gonna have to be held accountable for what I said.
I embarrassed you.
Cyber, you are a devious young lad.
Yeah, like I'm not fucking evil, but I know how to be a little bit mischievous, like a fucking Dennis the Menace cartoon. What the fuck?
Wait, are you talking English Dennis the Menace or the really pussy like American Dennis the Menace?
The really pussy one. That's the one we got in Sweden. We got the pussy one.
Oh, you got the worst Dennis. Dennis Menace in my country, he would have sawed tables in half for a laugh.
Jesus.
He would rob a bank.
I'm psychotic!
Yeah, no, and he would just bully this one kid who was basically borderline homosexual.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Will, you want to see my baseball
Mr.
bat?
Oh yeah, Mr. Wilson did exist in English Dennis the Menace, but he always got pranked on by Dennis.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck does he keep getting fucking owned? What a retard.
Because Dennis the Menace probably had ADD and hated homosexual people.
There's some like really scary statistic that I've put in my own head that a lot of Discord users that are homophobic either have ADD or ADHD.
Or are actually gay themselves.
Or are gay.
Oh, I actually knew. I knew somebody who was like that, where they hated gay people extremely, and I was never really friends with them. I just saw them from a distance. They were like a friend of a friend, and I began to resent them just because, for other reasons, they were super annoying and super outspoken about dumb shit. So this was 2012. It goes by 2016. I find they made a fucking Tumblr.
Wait, you moved to Italy in 2012?
Roughly, towards the end of it.
Okay. Wait,
what?
Wait, oh my god.
What happened?
Dude, Coney 2012?
Shut the fuck up.
Dude, Coney 2012? Dude, Coney 2012?
Great 2012!
Okay, listen, focus. Focus, Dismer. Don't be
Okay, I'm focusing. All right, Cyber.
Great
I
2012!
fucking hate you. I fucking hate you, Cyber. Okay, no. So I find out they have a fucking Tumblr, and I check it out, and they have like hetero flexible, and I was like, oh god. And so then I check back a year later, and they now say that they're bisexual, and they now have a girlfriend, and they're openly a furry. And the thing was, when I originally knew them, they were extremely homophobic. They hated furries, and they were an artist. They used to draw like gore pictures of their characters killing furries and burning them and shit. I'm like, oh my god,
this is Fortnite.
Yeah, this is the definition. This is the definition of repressed. Mm-hmm. They went from one side of the spectrum to another. It was insane.
Well, that's usually the case when they're so hard against something. It's because they really like it deep down inside.
It's just I never thought of that as true until I witnessed it myself. I was like, my god.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's literally what it was like with me and Robert. Like, Robert went from little bit furry and gay to full throttle homo as I've gotten to know him. If Robert had no ounce of self-respect, he'd wear a fucking tutu right now.
I mean, that'd be cute, Cyber, but yeah.
It's like, okay, hey Robert, first time I meet him, and he's just like quoting like racial statistics and just laughing about it. And then what is it? And then now it's just like, yeah, I want to be butt fucked by fucking Septa. It's like, okay,
dude, it's sexy. Shut up.
Shut up. You're fucking weird.
My favorite thing was when we played Fortnite, Robert, and you hadn't played it before, and I started throwing stink bombs at you. I'm like, oopsie, Robert's making a stinky. And he was like, no, Dismer.
I was like, no, don't do it like that, Dismer. Hold on.
Hold on.
And then I farted down the mic.
Why should you say it like a retard?
Also, I need to go see my careers advisor tomorrow.
Advice about a career?
Yeah, I'm gonna go work at the hotel.
Oh, nice.
What is it that you were even gonna do there again?
Oh, what, at the Hilton? I get to set up tables for like conferences and shit. So I don't get good pay, like wage-wise, but I can get good tips. So, you know.
Nice.
If you get tipped.
No, you do when you go there. I was like, that's a really easy job. I'm like,
Shark,
What?
how do I make money in Italy? Like, what is like the most common way that you make quick cash in Italy?
I'm a gangster.
That too, but
They actually have that
that's
here.
like Sicily though. I wouldn't say that.
No, it's all in Italy. The mob exists here, and it's very fucking huge and involved with politics and shit. People are constantly talking about it, and people keep trying to, deny its existence. But I mean, it's blatantly obvious that it exists.
Okay.
Listen, Shark, do you consider yourself a real life Giorno Giovanni?
What the hell's that?
Do you consider yourself a gangstar?
Yeah, do you
No.
consider yourself Giovanni from Pokemon the first generation in Kanto?
No,
Why not?
I don't know. I don't.
You're fucking
remember
weird,
that.
man. Like, come on.
Cyber, you're losing me here.
We have a final topic that's really important. One time, as in last Thursday, I shat my pants in school.
oh.
Here's the story, right? I'm in a group
Yes.
call with some friends. I'm having a grand old time, right? And we're just sitting down, right?
Mhm.
And this is a cheat. This is a bullshit fucking moment, right? I didn't even get a gamble fart, right? So I just sit there, normal ass day, cool guys chill day video, and guess what happens? Poop slides out of my butthole, like raw. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, like that. It was like that. Well, I shot my pants. So what I do is I just end the group call. I'm just like, okay, I'll be back. And then I just wipe my ass. I walk across the entire campus after I've pulled down my underpants and hidden them behind like the fucking toilet. And I walk like, I don't know, 50 feet out into the parking lot, get new clothes, no underpants. I don't have extra underpants, right? Because I'm a retard. And put them on, right? And then I'm just like, okay, crisis one diverted. Now, how the fuck do I get rid of these underpants without causing a stir? A
Shit stir.
if you will. So what I do is I take all of I see a fucking paper bag, right? No, it's not even a paper bag, a plastic bag, right? And it's full of like toilet paper, right? And I'm just like, I have an idea. So what I do is I take all the toilet paper in there and I start in like 3 or 4 takes, I flush all the toilet paper down the fucking toilet. And then I take the plastic bag, right? I nudge the toilet paper ring like I nudge the
It wasn't
nudge
used toilet paper,
the-
was it?
I nudge the underwear into the plastic bag like you would with a fucking snake into a bag, right? And then as I stuff it in and I shove it down and I stuff it down my bag so no one knows that I shat my pants, I dart from the bathroom and then I join back into the voice comm and I'm just like, I shat my pants. And they're all just like, are you serious right now? And I just respond, yes.
You're honest.
Yeah, so it was like the most blunt, honestly, like, dude, it's like, okay, fine. Do I take the L now or later? And I'm just like, no, I shat my pants. It's
I'm
okay.
just gonna be honest.
I dishonored you.
Yeah, it's like everyone stands around me. Tigers Broke Free by Pink Floyd starts playing. It's like, and it just like plays like a slideshow of my face as it shows all the poops that I've had, and it just like rocks up the counter until my death. But yeah, I think that's the way that we could end the podcast.
Yeah.
This has been the Piss World Podcast featuring Dismer,
Hey.
Shark,
Piss off!
Robert, and Euphorio,
Goodbye, everybody.
and me. Fucking
Bye.
bye, retard. Give us your fucking cash on Patreon.
Give me your money.